Hello, this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. Let's get started here. Bring in my supplies. Okay. First I'm going to go over, I'm going to be using crushed curry, cherry cobbler, real red, and saffron ink. I have a scrap of very vanilla to stamp my sentiment on. I have a 2 1/4 by 5.5 inch piece of white. I have 2 1/4 inch, they're just scraps really, by 5.5 inch strips of gold foil. I have a piece of gold foil to die cut my leaves out of. And then I have my card base, which is very vanilla, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then I used the greenery embossing folder, this one, and just put this on the front flap of my card and ran it through my embossing folder this way. Okay. I'm going to be using this double oval punch. Gorgeous leaves. I'm using these leaves and this stamp here. I'm using the coordinating dies for those. No, I'm not using those ones. I'm using dies from this. I've already cut them out. This one here and this one 3 times from the gold foil. Okay. It's an intricate leaves dies. And then I'm using this Hello from Forever Fern for my sentiment. Okay, so let's get started here. Place these aside so I know where they are when I'm ready for them. And I think the first thing I'm going to do, let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment. And that's cherry cobbler. The Hello from the Forever Fern, and I'm going to stamp it right in the center of this strip. And this is about 1.5 inch strip. And the reason I did it that size is so when you open your punch up, just slide this little thing, it opens it up. When you slide the strip in here to punch it out, you're not wasting that cardstock punching out this piece that you're not going to need. Just center that up in there, squeeze the punch, and there's my sentiment. Okay. Alright. Now let's bring in this piece, which is 2 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I'm going to turn this way because it's just easier to work with. And I'm going to start with this stamp here, and the saffron ink. Ink that up. I'm going to stamp it once down here, once up here at the top, and then again once in the middle. And this time I'm not going to re-ink, I'm just going to stamp again. Okay? Okay. And then I'm going to bring in, I think I want to do this one first. This is the largest of the leaves in the real red. I'm going to do some stamping off the edge of the page. I'm going to stamp one here. I'm going to turn my card. I'm going to stamp one over here. I'm going to turn it again. And I'm going to stamp one up here. Okay. And that's all the real red. And I'm going to come in with the cherry cobbler. And this leaf, I'm going to add a few of those. So I'm going to add one of those here. I'm going to add one of those here. one up here. I'm not closing that one yet because I might need to add one more, but I think we'll be good. Now this is crushed curry. And this stamp here. I'm going to stamp one of those here. Just kind of filling in a little bit here and there. I'm going to do the tail end of this one here. Let's see. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. So that's our stamped piece. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my chamois and get these washed off real fast so I don't have Kitten walking on them and spreading ink all over my house. So he has been a little bit better lately. Okay, now we are ready to put this card together. I'm going to bring in this piece that we just stamped, and I'm going to bring in some the glue, my glue of choice. You can use your tape runner, your snail, or your seal. I'm just going to put a little line of glue along the edge. Doesn't need to be that much. I'm going to set this down, and I'm going to line this up with the edge. That's good. Turn it over and push it down. There's one side. I'm going to do the same for the other side. It's a little line of glue. Okay. Let's move this. Turn it over. Yeah. Set this down. Gold side down. Nope, gold side up. Okay. Line up that edge. Set it down. Alright, now this can get adhered to the front of our card. Put glue all over the back of it. Make sure you get it on the back of the foil too. You're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch here on this side, a little bit less. Go ahead and put that down. Now, it probably would have been smart if I'd thought about it to put the adhesive sheets on the back of these before I cut them, but I didn't remember to. So I'm going to take the 3 smaller leaves. Just putting a little bit of glue on the back. Don't need much. You could use glue dots. Put one here. I'm going to put one here. Don't want them straight in a row. Just find it's a little bit more appealing if they're not. This one is going to go in this area, but I'm not gluing it down yet. I'm going to go ahead and glue this big leaf. I'm going to do the same way. A little bit of glue on the back, or a glue dot. said, it would have probably been easier if I'd put the double sticked paper on the back, but I always forget. Okay, this one's gonna go here. Okay, we're gonna bring in our sentiment. We're gonna put a dimensional on the back of it. I'm just to my edges, so I'm gonna go ahead and put dimensionals on there. Make sure it's right side up. It's gonna go down over here. And this one, I'm gonna add a little glue on this end. Glue right down the middle. It's going to be partly on the label and partly off. This one needs to go more down here, so just hold it down a minute. There you go. There's the card we just made together. Here's the one I did previously. Thank you so much for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.